Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brad. Today I want to talk about two different topics. The first one is dealing with being called a conspiracy theorist, where that term came from, why people call it that. And the second thing is I want to talk about pedophilia. Um, Kind of a dark topic, but unfortunately it's a necessary topic to discuss because it's the dark underpinnings of a lot of the elite in this world. The people that control most of the money and the influence have ties to pedophilia, unfortunately. So I just want to bring it up. So the first thing is being called a conspiracy theorist. When you do research and you read into world history and you read into who controls the money, you're looking at financial markets, you're looking at history, you're looking at systems of government, you're watching the news, you're seeing the inconsistencies in their private policy, what they try to pass on the back end after they speak, and what they openly speak about in mainstream media, so on and so forth. You will be called by the majority of people a conspiracy theorist. Excuse me. So what's the reason for this shit? Why do they say this? They call you a conspiracy theorist. They will when you speak the truth, because the truth is hard to swallow. I mean, the truth is very difficult, and it's not pleasant. You know, that's why people like entertainment so much. I personally don't. I just feel like this stuff needs to get out. Frankly, I should do more entertainment and illustrate this in a humorous light. It would probably reach more people, but I mean, it's just ridiculous. It needs to be said, and we're 2 minutes to midnight, so we really have to get this message out. So even if you risk being called a conspiracy theorist right now, let me just explain. A conspiracy theorist smear, which is what it is, just a form of black magic. It's just a form of inverting reality, which it really comes from Luciferianism or Satanism. You know, you take a look at the sacred geometry of the Merkaba, or the Star of David, and you can see that it's a star that's balanced on all sides. It's not a pentagram, it's six-sided. It's balanced. Now, the pentagram is a five-sided thing. The point of the star is inverted down, so it's pointing straight down. And if you look at any satanic ritual or the Star of Baphomet or any of these stupid people, the fucking thing is pointing straight down because it's an inversion of reality. Everything that they're doing behind the scenes, they accuse you of. So when you talk about facts, you get called a conspiracy theorist. Last I saw, the liberals, which are not liberals, you know, they took over that word quite literally. It used to be liberal means that you have a true tolerance and openness to you want free thought. If you ask me, I want to hear your opinion, and we can hash it out, and we can learn from each other, and we can develop a stronger argument together. Because I'm not arrogant to think that I know everything, versus today's liberals that'll just scream you down, just like in China. If you say the wrong thing, you get screamed down, or I'll get censored. You know how many channels and YouTube accounts have been censored of mine for just speaking my fucking mind based on what I've actually seen? That's not. So I sacrifice the fame for it's just easy for me to do this. To just speak things that I think are true, and people that like it, follow me. People that don't. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. You know, seriously, go fuck right off. You don't like me? That's fine. That's fine. It's a bit annoying to hear the negative comments, but just fine. We're not meant to click right now. Maybe sometime later you'll come back and I've certainly had enough clients come back, people that were like, oh, at first I didn't agree with anything you said. Then years later, I went through a breakup and I saw all this stuff happen, or I watched the news or whatever, and then I came back and I saw how right you were. Okay. And I've reversed my opinion on a lot of things, and I've come back to see other people's perspectives. That's called having a free, open discussion. So, anyway, so they'll smear you. It's an inversion of reality. They'll say you're a conspiracy theorist when really you're just someone that's done research. I mean, truth is stranger than fiction in many ways. I mean, the things that the elite do, and this is going to segue into pedophilia right now, The rituals that the elite do are so heinous and disgusting, and so many celebrities and high-level politicians are involved, and people with power are involved. People that you don't want to admit that these people are doing this shit, and then also you don't want to admit that it's infiltrated the world in this way. It's got its tendrils deeply plowed into all. It's just disgusting. And then also the things they're doing to kids. I mean, you look at that kid. What was it? Corey Feldman. He made a movie about his experience growing up, trying to be an actor, a young actor in Hollywood, and how he was just passed around as a sex slave as a young boy. And it's very disturbing, and it's very hard to admit that actors like Charlie Sheen and whoever. He has one account of Charlie Sheen that's like really disturbing, and they're just like all these disturbing accounts of things that your instinct is to just say, I don't want to hear about this. I just want to go to work, have a hot dog with my friends, and like drink a beer and go to sleep and do it again. And dude, me too. But the problem is that there are people that are suffering because of this. These people are in charge, and they influence the like I said, truth is stranger than fiction. And this is something that people really need to wake up about quickly, because number one, these people are pathetic. These elites, they're pathetic 99%. The 1% of them that is admirable is their dedication of what they're doing. I mean, they're dedicated, man. They're dedicated to this world domination plan to just get more and more power and influence and hurt other people. And it's just, I mean, I just have no, I just don't understand it. But in a way, I respect it. I'm like, dude, wow, it's just crazy that they're so committed to this mission of just controlling and evil and just everything disgusting. But then the other 99% of it is just so disgusting that there's, and pathetic too, that there's no words for it. You know, I mean, there's no words for it. Think about Harvey Weinstein, for instance. That guy has had so many rape charges against him openly. Is he in jail right now? You know, what's up with Ghislaine Maxwell? Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend? Remember her? What's up with her? Like, she's in jail, but where... I mean, dude, like, you know, in other countries, if you did anything like that, if you raped somebody in India or Syria or the Middle East or any of these other countries, one person, and you know, you got put into the justice system. Here in America, if you're a child molester, you molest one kid and you get thrown in jail. The type of justice you'll face is unbelievable. What they do to you in prison. They'll ram a goddamn broom up your ass. They'll skin you alive. They'll beat the fuck out of you every day. But these people are still... Why is Harvey Weinstein still walking around? So it's a... We have to understand is that the ultimate connection is through Satanism. It's through the left-handed path of magic. It's from stuff that's been hidden from the commoner's view of life for your whole life. Like, you don't even know that this type of shit exists. You wouldn't assume it because it's so evil that they manage to just do it in plain sight, and they get away with it. I mean, it's actually unbelievable that they get away with it. Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, you know, running these operations in Haiti where, you know, she takes billions of US dollars and she goes to Haiti to build houses. You know how many houses they built? You can Google this too, of course. And of course, this is an example of where they'll be like, you're a conspiracy theorist. But it just takes a simple Google search. Even Google will put back out the information I'm telling you right now. You can validate this yourself. They built 6 houses for billions of dollars after that tremendous earthquake that killed a lot of people in Haiti. I mean, how is it that we have billions of dollars for a fucking vaccine, and there's, I think since the beginning of this lockdown, because of this fake virus, COVID-19, literally millions of people have died in the third world due to starvation and thirst. But we could have billions and billions and billions of this fake fiat currency thrown at a vaccine with a high rate of making people sick. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But it's really not if you understand Satanism, Luciferianism, and what the elite are into. They're into this shit. They're into Satanism. They're into pedophilia. And, you know, it's like, even as I say this, I feel like this hesitancy towards sharing it because they're probably gonna try to ban the channel. They're probably gonna try to, you know, at some point they might even come after me personally. I don't know. I mean, this is a small channel. I built a big one before, but they took it away because of hate speech. Of course, this is very hateful speech, talking about protecting kids and, you know, reclaiming our republic from an elite clan of pedophiles that are raping and murdering and torturing children and breeding children underground and selling them to each other to use. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. You know, this is the thing. It's just so crazy that you wouldn't even believe it, and that's why most people don't even pay attention to it. But this is what ties it all together, is the pedophilia, it's the human trafficking, and it's just absolutely disgusting. It's just absolutely disgusting how it's infiltrated all these different parts of our society. Netflix, Disney, school, just everything. All these politicians. Check out, if you want a good couple of videos to check out about pedophilia and how it all ties in together, there's a great documentary called The Fall of the Cabal on YouTube, and there's the Pizzagate. Pizzagate is like the first thing that you'll get into when you get into this stuff, and it's of course the most openly attacked thing, where everybody says, oh, that's a huge conspiracy theory. Really? You know, everyone that says that hasn't actually looked at it, or they're just some fake liberal that just acts like they know everything and they don't actually know anything. And the truth is that that's who these people are. For the most part, the people that are Satanists, Luciferians, the supposed elite of the world, not only are they massively, I hesitate to say incompetent, they're really stupid, they're usually very physically weak, they're mentally very dumb, and they only have one thing in mind, which is power and degeneracy, and they just want to just destroy. They just have this, they conjure up this idea of Satan. They speak to this spirit. You and I don't do this. I've had chances to get involved with people that were involved in Satanism and Luciferianism, and I was like, there was something about it that I was just like, if I go down this road, I don't really like where that's going, so I never did. And I'm very glad that I did. I study it, but I don't get seduced by it, because what the seduction leads to is this desire to just destroy everything, destroy innocence, be completely selfish, do whatever I want to do, and not give a fuck. Whatever the cost is, however I have to act, I'll act that way to get what I want. No, I personally, the way I feel that resonates with me and how I try to be, is I try to be genuine and I try to be good. And when I hear about shit like Hollywood elites, like Chrissy Teigen, you look at her Twitter account or her Instagram, or Tom Hanks. Used to love Tom Hanks too. Loved Saving Private Ryan. Now I can't ever watch that guy again, knowing what I know now. It's crazy. It's like they gloat about it. They brag about it. They enjoy the pizza parties. They enjoy the... I mean, what we're talking about is we're talking about people that rape... Dude, I'm sorry to say this, but like, I feel bad saying this because it's disgusting. But these are people that rape babies. They murder babies. They torture babies. They extract the pineal gland from babies and children, and they eat it, and they torture these kids, and they have a whole worldwide racket based around this. The most expensive commodity in the world is this drug called adrenochrome. It is. You know, again, you know, I can already hear people saying, "Oh my God, you've gone off the deep end, dude." Just no, just more than. Whenever people say that to me, I get aggressive back. I'm like, yeah, pull out your phone. Before you, so you just insulted me, right? Pull out your phone, punch in adrenochrome. Is there not a Wikipedia page about that? What does it say it is? It's a chemical extracted from adrenalized blood. Do me a favor, go over to duckduckgo.com. It's a third-party search engine that isn't Google. Punch in adrenochrome. What do you see? You see all these articles, most likely. There's a ton of different articles. You just do your own fucking research. Again, you know, people always do this. They'll always say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist," and then they don't do any research. They don't even bother to type in adrenochrome into DuckDuckGo. And if you can't do that, there's no discussion. You know, you're basically almost a part of it, to be honest with you, because you're not actively engaging in what is important. It's Saturday, 1:34. I've been up for hours working on my blog, working on my business, and making these videos so that more people can become aware of this stuff. You know, it's like we all have time to research this. So if you punch that in, you'll see adrenochrome is real. The cost I saw, and this, I'll be honest with you, this might not be accurate, so fact check me on this. I believe that a barrel of adrenochrome is like over $2 billion for a barrel, like a big barrel of adrenochrome. And, you know, you see evidence of the elite using this, you see testimonies, you see people that are involved with this type of shit. This segues into satanic ritual abuse ceremonies where, you know, where they extract the adrenochrome from the human. Now, of course, you could just synthesize it, but they'd rather get the real thing, right? Where they have these ritual abuse ceremonies that take place in churches, they take place on stages. They have to do it big, where they're so important in front of everybody. And it's just some really sick shit. It's just the most degenerate, bizarre, sickening shit that I think that my words don't even really do it justice. You have to look at the pictures, you have to see the videos, you have to look at the examples of the children that have been abused and how they look after these ceremonies. And yeah, like I saw one video one time, probably the worst one I've ever seen, and it is amazing to me that there are not more that are released, considering that child porn is one of the most publicly traded, expensive commodities on the deep web. So there's millions of videos of shit like this, and I mean, I guess these people just have no fucking soul, because none of this has come out. But I've seen a couple. I saw one, there's one that you can still see, John Podesta. It's a blurry, dark video of him screaming at some little boy that he's raping in the shower. And that's what's going on in that video. You can watch it for yourself. It's still on YouTube. There's another video of, this was probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen. And I have no problem with gore. This wasn't gory. This one was a little girl being walked to her death, where they were going to harvest her organs. And she's being walked past these different gurneys of children on hospital beds dead. And they put her down on the table, and she's screaming for her dad. And anybody that's, you know, been around kids or been around people, or, you know, game and stuff, you can tell when somebody's really experiencing an emotion versus when they're faking it and acting. There's a big difference, and this girl was screaming for her life, and that was one of the worst ones I've ever seen. It was really hard to deal with that. Yeah. And so, you know, frankly, I just hope these videos come out soon, because I believe when you sit down, I try to show that video to one of my friends, right, who isn't involved with any of this. And I'm like, dude, just do me a favor, just sit down and watch this. And he was just like, dude, turn that shit off right now. Because he was getting really upset. We didn't even get to the part, we didn't even get to the beginning part where she's walking to the thing. He just saw it, and he was just like, turn that shit off right now. I'm like, all right, man, like, I respect what you're saying, but I think people do need to see it. He's just like, dude, I don't want to see it. If I see it, I'm gonna fucking just start screaming or something. That was him. He said that. I started screaming when I saw it. I just couldn't deal with it. It's just so unbelievable that this goes on, but that's the problem, is that it's going on and nobody's saying anything and nobody's doing anything about it. You know, you have LeBron fucking James, you have Black Lives Matter, you have Antifa talking about, that's the thing that it enrages me even more. Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Pelosi, Hillary, all these people that are involved with this shit they're just chilling, dude. They're just chilling. They're probably still doing it. I mean, this stuff is going on to this day, and we won't actually look at it? Are you serious? Children are supposed to be protected, I believe, and they should not be exposed to pedophilia. They should not be getting raped. They should not be getting panda-ized. You can look at that. It's panda-ized is what happens to a baby after it's forcibly sodomized. The capillaries break in its eyes, and it's got black eyes that look like a panda. So this shit's real, and we're not doing anything about it. Like, if I park in the wrong spot in New York, I will get a parking ticket, and then I'll have to, go pay a bunch of fines that'll fuck me up, and then I'll have to, go show up in court for this shit. But there's, you have these elites like Hillary Clinton and Biden making deals with these people and doing this? Are you serious? Are you serious? They get away with that, but I have to go to court for a fucking parking ticket. I don't know. You have to go to court for a parking ticket. You get pulled over for going 5 miles over the speed limit, or 10 or 20, you get arrested. You have too many of those, you lose your license for a few months. You, God forbid, carry a firearm to protect yourself against roaming paid mobs by a Nazi collaborator, George Soros, called Black Lives Matter and Antifa. You go to jail in New York City. But they can rape babies. That's fine. That's fine. You just raped a couple kids. Harvey Weinstein just raped a few women. Bill Clinton just raped a few women. Joe Biden raped a few women. Who gives a shit? I personally give a shit. I think that that's wrong. And I just have a very hard time. Also, more importantly than my feelings, is that these people, if they're willing to do that, imagine what they're willing to do to the whole population. They're in bed with the Communist Chinese Party. What are they going to do next? What are they going to do next? I mean, if they can rape a baby and extract its pineal gland to get adrenochrome, apparently, what do you think they're going to do to me? I'm useless to them. They don't give a fuck about ruining my life. They will fucking throw me in a grinder and laugh about it, which is probably what they would do. So, I mean, just think about it. Think about everything that's happened. Cuomo, de Blasio, with a big grinning psycho smile on their face, sharking out about how they're making hundreds of millions of dollars and they're shutting down the business. New York City is shut down. It's dead. It's dead. There's no way, like I posted an article on my website the other day, a restaurant has a 3% profit margin, 3 to 6%, in order to be successful. Well, it's pretty hard to pay rent, to pay your chefs, to buy supplies, to buy the food, to rotate the food out, to clean it, to pay the utility bill, to pay all these different taxes and fees, to pay the inspector, when your restaurant's open and running at 25%, and you have to have the patrons wear a mask, wear a fake diaper, face diaper for a fake fucking disease. I mean, they're all going to go out of business. I mean, unless they're owned and run by someone that has direct connections to the loan money, which I haven't seen a cent of. I don't know about you. Got no government money. They're going to get, like fucking Gavin Newsom's wineries and restaurants. They're open. Pelosi's Goat Hill Pizza. Go take a look at what that menu looks like, by the way. Not a coincidence, I don't think. Their restaurants are open, and they're doing just fine. But every other business, they're going out. I mean, hundreds of thousands of small businesses Medium-sized businesses are going out, as if business wasn't hard enough in America and the world. It's already quite hard. They do this. So these people are sick, and this is what they're into. They're into this shit. They love it. They love the pedophilia. They love taking the innocence of children. They love just being as depraved as humanly possible. And the sooner that more people really start watching those videos and seeing those photos, and I'm just praying to God that some more evidence comes out, that it would really only take just one piece of evidence that everyone had to watch. If everyone was forced to watch, and I said this a long time ago, and it really is the keystone here. If there's a video, and it's funny, I actually ran into this guy one time when I was filming Pickup. There's a video on this schmuck Anthony Weiner's laptop, the disgraced congressman of New York City, a little worm in real life, a small little man with a big mouth in real life. I was filming a video about Pickup. He's there with some kid in an ice cream shop where we were filming it in Union Square. He's like, hey, keep your voice down. There's kids around here. And I believe I turned around and told him to shut the fuck up. And I was looking at him. I'm like, isn't that Anthony Weiner? And I have this on video, and I have the photo of it, of him just scowling at me. I wish I had turned around. I wish I had known what I know now. So there's a video on that schmuck's laptop, allegedly. I can't prove it because I haven't seen it, but it seems like it's real. 12 New York Police Department officers have seen it, and 9 out of them are dead. 9 out of the 12 of them are dead. They either killed themselves or they were suicided, conveniently. And it's a video of Hillary Clinton. So this is what is described. Hillary Clinton, Huma Abedin, who's married to Weiner, and also Hillary Clinton's aide, literally torturing, raping, and cutting the face off of a little girl, and then extracting and eating her pineal gland in front of her. Now, of course, that sounds crazy as fuck, but that's what that's called. That's what they're saying. I didn't make it up. You think I have the ability to make that up? That's crazy shit, dude. So anyway, the name of the video is called Frazzle Drip, allegedly, and I believe that if that video came out, that alone would trigger such a incredible shockwave. If there was videos of Biden committing this shit, Xi Jinping, fucking Putin, these disgusting elitist world leaders, if they all, Epstein, this is what drives me crazy, like this schmuck Bill Barr, what is he doing? It's 10/10/2020. That's interesting. October 10th, 2020, we're about, 23 days, 24 days out from the election, and no justice has been served. I'm really amazed about that, because, Epstein, it's been said that he had a fucking video camera. Ghislaine fucking Maxwell, her father was a Israeli Mossad, or the Israeli CIA, which is always interesting. But she alleges that there's videos of these powerful politicians having sex with children, and I'm sure a whole hell of a lot more. So I'm just amazed, like, why isn't this shit coming out? I don't know. We all know that Epstein's a convicted pedophile. We all know, we've seen videos and pictures of all these elitist pieces of shit going to this fucking island. To me it's enough. To me it's enough to just, enough, okay? When you see these people, you can say something to them too. You don't need to be sheep. I do. And I just am waiting for those videos to come out, because when they come out, there will be no more questions about this. There will be no more conspiracy theory smears. It's going to be legit video of these people doing these crimes, and anyone that's watched a gore video, Mexican cartel executing someone with a chainsaw or a hatchet, or ISIS snuff videos, those are real fucking videos. There's no denying it. You can't fake that. Okay? CGI isn't that good. That's real as fuck. And you can go watch those on Live Leak, on Best Gore, so on and so forth. when these videos come out, there will be no denying it, and then, I don't know, mass awakening or something, or some shit. And that'd be the best fucking thing that could possibly happen, is for these people to be stripped of their power. There are so many more of them than there are so many more of us than there are them. The leading class, very, very small percentage of people, okay? And if the military sees that and they still defend them, wow. I seriously doubt that's going to happen. There's something very jarring about seeing a child being tortured that anybody that has a soul can't deal with it. I 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 get extremely angry, and it's hard for me to even deal with it without, like, I just want justice for that kid, you know? Like, I want that person to be just removed. Like, just go away. And until then, it's very hard. You know what I mean? Like, you see a kid, imagine seeing a kid get raped and murdered and shit like that, and then no justice, and they're walking around. I don't know, man. It's pretty rough. So that's just my thoughts on the matter. And check out my blog. I put a lot of I talk about politics a lot. I talk about like conspiracy about the cabal and stuff like that, shit that's going on, because I think it needs to be talked about. But I also talk about other stuff, more practical advice for your dating life and your health and your fitness and everything like that. Weapons, preparations, economy, business advice, so on and so forth. But this is one of those things that I think is important to really know, because just the last thing I'm going to say about this is I believe in higher levels of consciousness. So if you really want to be like a good, positive person, a light transmuting person, you have to understand the depths of darkness that we can possibly go to in life. And the more of that you know, then you can ascend to higher levels of light and really appreciate life, appreciate children, appreciate your fellow human being, and appreciate yourself and your own life, and just by knowing the darkness and the depths of which it can go to. So I look into that stuff for sure, you know, and I also think we can save ourselves from these people, because these people are in charge that do this shit. You know, look at Bohemian Grove. That's what they do there. It's all occultist bullshit. They're worshiping this big owl ball, or Moloch, or whatever they call it. The desecration of care is the name of their... I mean, it's just crazy. Like, why are politicians going to a place called Bohemian Grove where they get naked, have gay sex, get drunk, and perform ritualistic, satanic rituals to Moloch and Baal? What? That's fucking crazy, dude. So that's going on there too. Anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna cut it now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Check out my blog, and remember to when I get my email capture system up there, I'm going to give you guys a free guide all about practical tips of getting in shape and everything that you need to get, you know, girls to make more money and have a better life, and so on and so forth. You get a free guide that I put a bunch of time into in exchange for email. Lots of free info there if you'd like to support me. I have a great product for $150. Free unlimited tech support with it for life. I'm only ever going to make one product in my life. Just keep updating that product, so you'll get access to that for life as well. If you're interested in coaching, I offer some of that for an affordable price online. For an in-person boot camp, obviously that's going to be standard rates, because that requires me to go there and spend all this time and so on and so forth. So that's how you can support. I also have an option to buy me a cup of coffee or just donate to the channel so that I can keep the business going, and all of it helps, believe me. So that's about it, guys. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.